Good. Taking a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. And then big exhale out through your mouth. Inhaling in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. And then one more just like that. Inhaling in. Big exhale out through your mouth. Good. And then slowly start to seal your lips. And we're going to sit here for a moment, just kind of focusing just on our breath. And at any point that, your breath feels constricted, definitely exhale out through your mouth, okay? It's kind of the easiest way to kind of catch your breath, okay? It helps cool you off by breathing out through your mouth as well too, okay? But let's practice for now, breathing in and out through our nose as best we can, okay? And we're just gonna start with counting. So we're just gonna count for 3 counts. We're gonna inhale in for 1, 2, 3, and then pause, and then exhale for 3 counts for 3, 2, 1. Pause, inhale in for 1, 2, 3, hold it, and then exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhaling in for 1, 2, 3, pause, exhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhaling in for 1, 2, 3, hold, and then exhaling for 3, 2, 1. Okay, increasing that number to 4. So inhaling in for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling in for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it, exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling in for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling in for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, staying with this rhythm. You can slow it down. You can increase it by maybe counting to 5. You can always go back to that 3. But we'll just, again, pause here for just about another minute or two. Just, again, connecting with our breath and just breathing. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose, and then big exhale out through your mouth. And gently just blink your eyes open. Good, and then just starting with the crown of your head, we'll just draw circles with our head and our neck about 3 or 5 times in one direction, okay? And go slow if you like, okay? If this is like the first time you're, kind of actively moving today, move mindfully. Good, and then slowly reverse the circle, just noticing any cracks and pops. Okay, those are all good signs that we are alive. Okay, great. Okay, bringing your head back in line with your spine, okay? And then you're gonna take your hands, and I'm just crossing my hands on top of each other. I'm gonna place my hands just over my left pec, okay? And I'm using this just as resistance to press down. So it's kind of like I'm doing the Pledge of Allegiance with my other hand, but I'm using the weight of my arms to press down to bring my right ear to my right shoulder. So it's just, again, just adding a little bit of resistance here on this left shoulder to drop down our left pec, okay? And then staying here, or you can play with the angles here by dropping your chin down towards your chest and then bringing it back in line with the floor. And again, just go nice and slow. Your chin can move towards your chest. And then again, you can move your chin back level with your right ear towards your right shoulder. Okay, good. One more time if you're choosing to do this stretch. Great, and then go ahead and bring your head back in line with your spine, and then we'll switch to the other side, okay? I'm just gonna place the other hand on top. You don't have to do that, okay? And then pressing down on your right pec, okay? Using the weight of your arms, and then again, left ear to left shoulder to find that opposition. Maintain the length of your spine. Try not to collapse through this left side, so keep pressing your shoulders down and away from your ears. And then again, if you played with dropping your chin towards your shoulder, you kind of move back and forth slowly. Oh, this feels so good. It's like a little massage for the back side of your neck. Great, good. And then let's go ahead and bring our head back in line with our spine and then just release your arms down. We're gonna switch the cross of our legs, okay? And then gently just fold over your legs, nice and easy and gentle here. Drop your head, make it nice and heavy. Good, and slowly rise up to come right back up to seated, okay? Pressing your palms out to the sides, okay? We did this last night as a little stretch in my class last night, but pressing the palms of your hands out, drop your shoulders down. This stretch you could probably do every single day, every hour, and you'll still get a nice stretch, okay? This is for our computer hands, on our cell phones all the time. Okay, this is good for our wrist here, okay? And then making a fist slowly. We're gonna start with our pinky finger. So we're gonna fold our pinky finger in, then our ring finger, middle finger, index, and thumb, and then bring your knuckles down to face the ground, pressing the backs of your hands into the walls. And again, sit up nice and tall, feel a stretch through your wrists, your forearms. Oh, good. A few more deep breaths here. Good, release your hands, shake them out. Good, switch the cross of your legs one more time and then fold forward nice and easy here. Okay, great, and then slowly just come right on up and we'll make our way into tabletop right away. All right, so spreading your fingers out nice and wide, shoulders over your wrists, knees under your hips, and then gently just start to move in and out of cat and cow, connecting your breath to your movement. If you want to start to add any head or neck circles or shifting from side to side, and start to add those all in here. And slowly coming into neutral spine, so nice long spine. We're going to extend this right leg back behind us, left arm up over our head. Okay, and then just stay here, press the floor away, okay? So try to lift up and out of your joints, okay? And then bring this left hand back down towards the ground, and then reach your left arm up towards the sky. So you start to twist open now, okay? So right leg still back, you're really twisting and spiraling from your spine. And then see if you can float this right toes, your right leg up off the mat, balancing. Okay, staying for 3 deep breaths. Good, last one. Exhaling, lowering everything back down, and we'll switch sides. So left leg extends back. Okay, we'll reach this right arm over our head first, okay, so we kind of find the foundation here. Press the floor away, so lift up and out of your wrists, out of your joints, okay, and then bring your right hand back down, and then the right arm's gonna reach up towards the sky as you begin to twist. And again, really ground through your left foot. Stay here, or if you're ready, left toes can float up off the mat. Okay, and this should remind you of kind of like a twisted half moon pose. Okay, good, keep breathing. One more breath. Exhaling, lowering everything back down, and let's make our way into child's pose. Big toes together. Knees out nice and wide, shifting your hips back and down. And again, for any reason child pose is not accessible to you today, you can always bring your hips over your knees and come into puppy dog. Okay, so your hips will just be lifted, and it's really just about bringing your forehead and your heart center just below your hips, okay? Good, a few more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly shift forward, and we'll make our way into our first downward facing dog. Take your time, feel free to pedal your feet out, sway your hips from side to side. Good, letting your legs catch up with your upper body here. Okay, finding a little bit of stillness. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose, and then a big exhale out through your mouth. Good, seal your lips, inhale in through your nose, exhale out through your nose, Ujjayi breath. One more just like that, inhaling in through your nose, Ujjayi breath out through your nose. Looking up at your hands, slowly stepping, walking to the top of your mat, take your time. Feet will be hip distance apart, hanging on to opposite elbows. Okay, you can interlace your hands behind your back. You can keep your hands down. Okay, whatever feels good. Giving you all lots of, options that you can choose from here. Okay, and again, really just tune into your breath, taking those nice full body breaths. And then gently release your arms down, bend your knees to slowly rise up to come up to standing. Take your time. Let your head be the last thing that arrives, and slowly reach your arms up over your head, and then bringing your hands together at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, nice big forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. And then exhaling, stepping your right leg back behind you, okay? So take a nice big wide step coming into your high lunge here at first, okay? Take as many steps as you need to. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, and then again, kind of check in to make sure that you're taking this nice big long width through your mat, okay? We're gonna set the back knee down, coming into low lunge. Arms will reach up over your head, okay? And then really root down through your feet to rise up and lift up through your spine a little bit more. And again, just double check, this left knee stacked right on top of your ankle. And again, you can always, walk your toes forward or bump your knee back. So again, you find this nice long width with your legs here, okay? Okay, a few more deep breaths. Okay, let's grab our right wrist. Okay, lifting up and gently leaning over to the left, just ever so slightly. Good, keep bending into that left knee. Breathing deeply here. Inhaling, lifting back up, half split. Hands lower down, hips shift over your right hip, straightening your left leg, coming into Ardha Hamanasana. Good, so getting into that left hamstring. And again, the leg can be bent, and just nurturing your hamstrings, nurturing your breath here, your movement. Good, okay. Let's bend back into this left leg, okay? And then we're gonna set ourselves up for warrior one, okay? I know we're doing a lot on this side, but gonna lift this back knee up and then ground your right heel down, and then take your time finding your balance to rise up, coming into warrior one. Good, shoulders root down, feet really press into floor to lift your spine up and get taller here. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, hands frame your left foot. We're going to step back, plank pose. And again, plank your way. You can lower onto your forearms if you need to. You can lower your knees down. Okay, again, making this accessible to you and what feels best for your body today. Okay, so inhaling in, exhaling out, holding for another breath. Exhaling, slowly lower all the way down onto your mat. Okay, and then coming up into your back bend of choice. Okay, so I'm going to come up into Sphinx pose, but if you want to lift up higher, you're more than welcome to straighten your arms. Okay, and then let's just pause here in our back bend for just 3 deep breaths. Nice full breath, open collarbones, heavy legs. Lots of energy out through the crown of your head. And slowly lowering down, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good, one more breath, inhaling in, exhaling out. Looking up at your hands, slowly traveling to the top of your mat. Good, hanging out here in your forward fold so you get a nice big stretch through your hamstrings again. Taking all the opportunities we can to really open those bad boys up, right? Yeah, and then any chest expansions, any binds you want to do, grabbing your ankles, your elbows. And then releasing your arms down, bending your knees to roll up, to come all the way up to standing. Take your time, arms up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, our second side, inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. Left leg's going to step back into your high lunge first. Okay, so this is just your prep, stepping back, nice and wide and long here, more length, okay? And then when you're ready, back knee lowers down. You'll reach your arms up over your head. You root down through your right foot. Feel strong through your core, your foundation. Lengthen your spine. Drop your shoulders down. Breathe deeply. Feel yourself starting to balance and stabilize. Okay, grabbing your right wrist, or excuse me, left wrist, left side, okay? And then we're gonna lean over to the right, there we go. So you're gonna lean over towards your bent knee, okay? So nice little side bend stretch. Good, keeping your shoulders stacked, so try not to turn your shoulders, keeping them square to the top of the mat. Good, arms up over your head, lowering your hands down, half split. Hips shift over your left knee, straightening your right leg. Nice soft breath here. Bending back into your right leg. Okay. Setting yourself up for warrior one. Back knee lifts up, grounding your left heel down. And again, root down to rise up. Go nice and slow here. Good, and again, see if you can really root down through your left pinky toe to help lengthen your spine. Sit up a little bit taller. Breathing deeply. Good, take a nice big deep inhale here. Exhaling, hands lower down. Stepping back, plank pose, okay? Again, plank your way. Okay, and we're gonna just pause here for 3 deep breaths, okay? So here's our strength. Here's our core. Nice full body breath. Last breath, inhaling in. Big exhale out. And then slowly take your time to lower back down onto your abdominals. And again, back bend of your choice. Okay, move a little bit slower. Try not to rush through your vinyasa. Good, and then we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Inhaling in, look up at your hands, slowly travel to the top of your mat, take your time. Again, hanging out here in your forward fold, letting those hamstrings catch up with one another. Again, any arm position here that feels good for you, go ahead and take that. Good, releasing your arms down, bending your knees. Again, let's just rise up nice and slow, okay? Take your time, arms up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and step out nice and wide on our mat here, okay? So big toes will, be in line with one another, facing in ever so slightly. Okay, arms reach out to the sides. Again, nice long stance here, okay? Lots of space here. Okay, take a nice big deep inhale in. Press your arms down like you're pressing onto a ledge, okay? So drop those shoulders down, lift your navel up towards your spine. Good, keep lifting here, strong through your arms. Good, slowly start to lower down halfway, folding through your hips. Pause once you get to tabletop, okay? Breathe in here, use your legs to help find your balance, and then exhaling, slowly release your hands under your shoulders as you fold all the way forward here in your wide leg forward fold. Okay, and then be a little playful here, bend into one knee, you can bend both knees, you'll shift from side to side. Again, another opportunity here to kind of help open up the backs of the legs and the hamstrings. Good, again, any arm position works just great. Okay, bring your hands under your shoulders. We'll lift up about halfway. Hands on your hips, roll your shoulders back, elbows point up towards the sky, and again, you're in your flat back. Press down through your feet to slowly rise up, to come all the way up to standing, and then moving into warrior two. Okay, so right toes turn out. We're gonna bend into this right knee a few times, and then reaching those arms out nice and wide. Again, nice strong arms, strong focus over your right fingertips. Good, again, always just double check in with your alignment, right knee stacked on top of your ankle, and then strong, straight back leg. Okay, hips are gonna be, kind of at a slight diagonal here towards like the top of your mat. Okay, so your hips are not facing, sideways. You want them facing more towards the right. Okay, good. Okay, little flow here. Palms flip up towards the sky. Reverse warrior. Good, stay low in your legs, extended side angle, right forearm down, left arm up towards the sky. Good, or up over your head. Good. Floating back, reverse warrior. Breathe deeply here. Extended side angle. Good, one more. Inhaling, reach back, reverse warrior. Exhaling, extended side angle. Pausing here for 3 deep breaths. Okay, press down into that right forearm. Roll your shoulders and your chest up towards the sky. Good. Inhaling, slowly release. Okay, straighten your right leg. Turn those right toes in, and then we'll switch to the other side right away. Left toes turn out. Bending into that left knee, warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Okay, yeah, take a few deep bends if you need to. Arms reach out again, nice and wide. Nice strong arms, soft focus over those left fingertips. Feeling strong through your base and your foundation. Good, and then here's our flow. Flip your palms, reverse warrior. Stay low in the legs as best you can. Exhaling, extended side angle. Good, use your breath. Inhaling, lift back up, reverse warrior. Exhaling, extended side angle. Try not to collapse that left side. Last one, reverse warrior. Use your breath. Exhaling, extended side angle. Pausing here again for 3 deep breaths. Get low in your legs. Roll your shoulders. Lift your sternum up towards the sky. Full breath. Okay, and then slowly come on up. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Woo! Okay, my legs are burning and shaking. Okay, turn your left toes in. Exhaling, fold forward, forward fold. Good, and again, yeah, shake it out if you need to. You can bend your knees. Okay, you can bend one knee at a time. We're gonna get into those transverse lunges here in just a little bit, okay? Okay, great. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Okay, let's lift up about halfway. Okay, and then we're gonna move into transverse lunge. Okay, so we're gonna bend into this right knee. And there's two different ways you can do this. So you can keep your feet exactly how they are, facing on the side of your mat, and just bend into your right knee. This might be a big enough stretch for you. Or if you wanna go deeper, you're going to externally rotate. So you're gonna turn your toes out, heels in ever so slightly, and then you can start to lower down a little bit deeper, coming into a lower transverse lunge, okay? Again, just go to your edge. Your transverse lunge does not have to look like mine, right? This is, 30 years of dancing, right? Okay. And then there's injuries, right? So your hips might be up higher because maybe you hurt your hamstrings. So again, just be really mindful of how you're moving here, okay? We're gonna stay for just a few more deep breaths. Keep trying to lift your chest up, okay? I know that's the hard part. Okay, good. Okay. We're gonna keep walking our hands over towards our right foot, okay? So walk your hands around your right leg. You're gonna spin up onto those left toes, coming into wide leg pyramid pose. Okay, so right leg is straight. I'm lifted up onto my left toes, but if it feels better for you to ground your heel, you can always step this left foot in for just pyramid pose. Okay, so again, you can kind of choose your own hamstring adventure today. Okay, good, and then find softness. Catch your breath, okay, so catch your breath. Maybe even go back to that counting breath. So maybe notice that you're only breathing in for 2 counts and exhaling out for 2 counts, okay? So try to get back to that 3 at least, okay? So nice full deep breaths. I know when I start to move, my exhales become so much more powerful than my inhales. And it's nice to kind of even them out a little bit, create that space. Okay, wonderful. Okay, now our hamstring should feel nice and open. Okay, we're gonna bend into this right knee. We're gonna come back into that high lunge, okay? Take your time, again, adjust as needed. And then twisting, left hand down, right arm is gonna reach up towards the sky, twisting and revolving, okay? So this should remind you of that tabletop exercise we did at the beginning of class. The right arm's up towards the sky, you're really rooting and grounding into those left toes. See if you can move your chest a little bit closer towards your right inner thigh, and then lift your left hip up a little bit higher, and then again, twist from that upper back. Exhaling, lowering your hands down. Let's step back, downward dog your way, okay? So we'll give our legs a little bit of a break here. Welcome to move through a vinyasa if you'd like, or you can just skip it and go straight into downward dog or child's pose. Okay, good. Inhaling, looking up at your hands, traveling to the top of your mat. Lengthen up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to slowly rise up to come up to standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, and then nothing fancy. We're just going to step our legs out nice and wide. Okay, and then right away we're going to come into that transverse lunge on the left side. Okay, so go ahead and fold forward. Start to bend into your left knee. Okay, and again, you can take those stages with keeping your feet parallel, okay, or you can find that rotation, so you can go a little bit lower, and again, just go to your edge. And as my teacher would say, suffering is optional in your yoga practice, okay? So do things that feel good for you. Okay, and then again, we're gonna stay here a little bit longer. Keep thinking about lifting your chest up instead of kind of rounding over. Try to lift up. Makes it a little bit harder. Okay. Keep your hands down if you need to, it's fine. Okay, and then here's our fancy footwork. Okay, hands around your left foot. Sitting up onto those right toes. Wide leg pyramid pose. Hips lift up nice and high, straightening your left leg. And again, keeping your stance wide or long, I should say, or shortening it by grounding your right heel on the ground. Okay, and then again, we're gonna stay here in this hamstring stretch. Catching our breath, finding that full, deep body breath. And again, always observing your sides, just noticing the difference between your right side and now the left side. Okay, and never in a place of judgment, just in a place of curiosity. Start to bend back into your left knee, okay? Coming into that high lunge. And twisting, right hand down, left arm up towards the sky. And again, that should remind you of your tabletop. Good, and then try to bring your chest a little bit closer towards your inner thigh. Sink your hips down a little bit lower. Lift this right hip up, okay? Sometimes you have a tendency to kind of roll in, so you'll keep your hips level. And then really twisting from your rib cage up to the crown of your head. Okay, great. And then lowering your hands down. And again, traveling back to downward dog your way. Okay, great. Let's move into pigeon pose. Okay, so let's lift this right leg up towards the sky. Gently bring your knee towards the outside of your right wrist and then lowering your shin down and then gently just shifting your hips back so you have somewhere to sit and go to, okay? And then slowly just lowering down right away in your pigeon pose, okay? And again, at any point, if this posture causes any pain in your knee or your hip joint, you can do the exact same thing on your back in figure 4, okay? So you'll bring your right ankle over your left knee and interlace your hands on your, around your left hamstring, okay? Yeah, good, okay. So I'm gonna stay here in figure 4, okay? And then if you're in pigeon, stay in pigeon, and we're gonna hold this posture for about a minute, okay? So I'll time it out for us so that we feel nice and even on both sides. And remembering moving your arms, if you're in pigeon, a little bit away from you, so out to the side or out in front of you, will allow you to go into the posture a little bit deeper. Okay, otherwise, if you need to kind of take it easy, you can bring your forearms and elbows underneath you to kind of help hold the weight up a little bit, okay? Good. And then figure 4, you know, finding that resistance by pressing your right knee away as you energetically pull the left leg in. And again, creating a little bit of that resistance to go a little bit deeper through the right glute as well. Good. Okay, gently start to walk your hands under your shoulders. Okay, gently rise up, okay, and then make your way back into downward facing dog. tabletop, okay? If you're on your back, you can just hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Yeah, if you want to do another vinyasa, okay, I love it. Okay, everyone's doing what they want to do, okay, to feel complete in their practice. That's great. Okay, then we'll just switch to the other side, okay? So left knee, left leg will lift up, left knee will come to the outer left wrist, okay? Lower your shin down, and then find some space for your hips to lower down into your pigeon. Or again, if you are on your back, it'll be left ankle over your right knee, and then interlacing your hands around your right hamstring. And again, find softness through your chest. Allow yourself to fold over your legs if you're in pigeon. Good. And then going back to that breath. And then we'll hold here again for about a minute so we stay nice and even on both sides. I'll do the timing, so don't worry about that. Good. Slowly start to walk your hands under your shoulders. And start to come out of your pigeon pose again, any way you like. Downward dog, figure four, hands, hands and knees. Oh goodness, okay. And then if you're in your figure four, here we go. You'll hug your knees into your chest. It's so hard teaching two postures at the same time, okay? Okay, great. And then actually, let's all meet seated, okay? So go ahead and come to a seated position, however you need to. If you want to jump through, rock and roll up, okay? All right, I'm gonna turn to face you all here, okay? So let's bring the soles of our feet together, knees out nice and wide. Okay, and then sit up nice and tall. And again, nice long spine. And then let's go ahead and do, let's do this left leg first, okay? So we're gonna reach our left leg out to the left. And then we're gonna bring the right sole of our foot in towards our inner thigh here. And we're sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones still, okay? So we wanna stay nice and anchored here in our hips. Arms reach up over your head. And then exhaling, we're gonna twist towards our bent knee. So we're gonna twist towards the right knee. Left hand will come across, right hand will reach back. And again, resist the urge to let this left hip lift. You wanna keep anchoring the left hip down. And again, you're twisting from your rib cage, shoulders, upper back, staying rooted through your sit bones. Good. Take a nice big deep inhale here. Exhaling, releasing, reaching your arms up over your head. Turn to face your left leg. Find a little more length through your spine before you exhale to fold over your left leg. Okay, good. And then again, here is our nice big hamstring stretch again for this left leg. Okay. And you can grab onto your ankle, your foot, or your pants, okay, whatever you can kind of get a hold of. You can even use a strap here if you really want to. Okay, good. Okay, from here, we're gonna rise on up, okay? Right hand is gonna go by your right hip, okay? Hips are gonna shift forward. We're gonna come into a little bit of a back bend here, okay? So I'm gonna just kind of angle myself a little bit different just so you can kind of see here. So my right hand's by my right hip. I'm gonna use my arm to press my hips forward. I'm gonna reach this left arm up towards the sky or back behind me, coming into a little side back bend, okay? Yeah. I know it's a little funky, but it should feel good through the side body and the front of your body. Good, lower your hips down nice and slow, okay, with control. And then we'll switch sides, okay? So soles of the feet together, right leg out to the right, left foot in, arms reach up over your head, and then twisting towards your bent knee. So right hand comes across to your left leg. And then again, twisting and spiraling. And then instead of really lifting this right hip up, you want to anchor your right hip down. Twist from your rib cage. Woo, this side is tight today. Good. Exhale, release. Arms reach up over your head. Turn to face your right leg. Find length and lift. And then exhale, fold over your right hamstring. And this is sort of a variation of wild thing. That's the only kind of pose I can think of that kind of resembles this sort of back bend that we're doing, okay? So rise on up, okay? And then again, left hand is gonna go right by your left hip, outside your left hip. Hips are gonna press forward. And then I like to root down through my right foot as I press my hips up. And then my right arm can reach up towards the sky, or it can reach back behind me, whatever feels good on your back, your chest, and your shoulders. Good, nice big stretch for the psoas. Good, and then with control, slowly lower your hips down, nice and slow. Okay, great, and then we're gonna come back with the soles of our feet together. Again, knees out nice and wide. Okay, so this is gonna be our little home base here, Baddha Konasana. Okay, we're gonna do a little abdominal hip flexor exercise. Okay, so again, hands can come to your heart center, or again, if you need a little bit of assist, you can bring your arms down by your sides. Okay, we're gonna start with the right leg. So we're gonna reach our right leg forward and down. Then our left leg is gonna reach it forward and down. Good, right leg leads back in, Baddha Konasana. Right leg bends in, left leg bends in. Good, right leg's now gonna reach out to the side. So right leg lowers down to the side, and then left leg lowers down to the side. Good, right leg leads in. Right knee bends in, left leg lifts and folds in. Good, let's do the right side again. Right leg reaches forward, left leg reaches forward, legs together, sitting up nice and tall. Right leg folds in, left leg folds in, Baddha Konasana. Good, wide leg, right leg out to the right, left leg out to the left. There's your straddle. Good, right leg leads, left leg in, pause. I was holding my breath the whole time. Okay, let's try to breathe on this left side. Left leg reaches forward, right leg, good, left leg folds in. Use your breath, right leg in. Left leg out to the left, right leg out to the right. Good, left leg leads to fold in, and then right leg in. Good, one more, left leg forward, right leg forward. Baddha Konasana with the left leg first, right leg, good, left leg out to the left, right leg out to the right. Good. Right leg, or excuse me, left leg folds in. Right leg folds in. Baddha Konasana. Fold over. Nice and slow. Man, even when I'm not mirroring y'all, I still can't get my right and my left right. Good, let's slowly rise back up. Good, bring your legs together to touch. And then let's make our way onto our backs, okay? And I'm just gonna bring my, my pillow just close to me. Go ahead and roll down, knees into your chest, just so I don't have to get back up and get it again, okay? Okay, I think you guys can still see me. Okay, good. Okay, let's set up for bridge pose here, okay? So soles of the feet down onto your mat, ankles, knees, and hips all in line with one another. Arms down by your sides. Inhaling, lift your hips up towards the sky. Okay, good. And once your hips lift up, let your rib cage open up just a little bit, okay, so that you can kind of open up the front of your body. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you to interlace your hands behind your back. Good, breathing here. Again, nice full body breath. Keep lifting those hips up nice and high, hugging those inner thighs and knees in towards the midline. Good, releasing your hands, slowly lowering your spine and your hips back down towards the ground. Good, this time arms are gonna reach up over your head. Pressing down through your feet to lift your hips up towards the sky, coming back into your bridge pose again. Let your chin gently move away from your chest, okay? So again, we're creating that nice long neck, long spine. Knees and inner thighs hugging in towards the midline. Lift your hips up a little bit higher, and if you want a little more space, maybe lift your heels up towards the sky as well, okay? So you're on your tippy toes. Good, ground your heels. Lower your arms down first. Pause here. Exhaling, slowly lower your hips back down towards the ground. Okay, good. One more just like that with your arms up over your head if you'd like, or again, you can interlace your hands behind your back, okay? So we're gonna lift our hips up towards the sky. And again, your choice, arms can reach up over your head or interlacing your hands behind your back. And again, taking your time here. Okay, notice what you're gripping. What can you relax? What parts of your body are really helping guide you in this posture? How can your bones support your structure? Good, and then exhaling, lowering your arms down or releasing your hands out from underneath you to slowly lower down onto your back again. Great, okay, let's bring the soles of our feet together, knees out nice and wide. Again, coming into that Baddha Konasana. Hands can rest on your hips or on your rib cage. Okay, and this is just to neutralize our spine here. Again, just finding the length of our spine after back bending. And then using your hands to guide your legs together to touch, okay? And then we're gonna come into our twist, okay? And again, like I said earlier, you can use a prop if you'd like, you don't have to, okay? We're gonna let our knees fall over to the left. And then again, you wanna keep your knees stacked, your hips stacked. I'm going to use my pillow just in between my inner thighs here so I have something kind of to squeeze into, okay? And then my left arm reaches out a little bit to the left as I reach my right arm out behind me to my T position. And then again, trying to resist letting this right hip drop down towards the mat. I want to keep my right hip stacked on top of my left. So my knees are in line, hugging the pillow or block, towel. And again, really twisting from the upper back, the rib cage. Good, and then again, the shoulders will follow here. Okay, and again, this just makes it an active twist. And again, if you're not using a prop, you can just think about hugging your inner thighs in. Okay, good. Okay, and then let's slowly release. Okay, and we'll go to the other side. Take your time. Okay, I like to kind of like readjust and kind of straighten myself back out again. And then let your knees fall over to the right. And I'm actually rolling all the way over to the right. So again, I can kind of set my structure up here with my knees stacked, my hips stacked. And then I kind of sneak this right arm out a little bit so that I can reach this left arm back. And again, just like we did in extended side angle, Think about your sternum, your chest reaching up towards the sky. And then hugging those inner thighs in, hugging those knees together. Keeping your left hip stacked right on top of the right. And again, feeling a little bit more active stretching here rather than a passive twist by letting your hip drop. You want to keep pressing that left hip forward towards the right. So again, you find a little bit of that resistance. And then hopefully it'll be a little bit more of an effective twist. You'll feel a little bit more, going a little bit deeper. Okay, good. Okay, and then slowly start to release. Oh, come back to the center. Good. And you can just move your blocker pillow off to the side. And then let's hug our knees into our chest. Give yourself a nice big hug here. Okay, and let's come into happy baby pose. Arms in the insides of your legs to grab your ankles or the outer edges of your feet. You can even reach behind to grab behind your knees if that feels better. Good, and let's actually do the other variation of happy baby pose. Okay, so it's just like Baddha Konasana. So you're gonna bring the soles of your feet together. My arms are in the inside of my legs, and I'm gonna grab the outsides of my feet, and then I'm just gonna press my knees away. And again, my feet into my hands into my feet. Okay, and again, I'll kind of switch up my angle here so you can kind of see. So it's happy baby with your feet together. I don't know, I get a nice little traction through my shoulders here and in my low back. It feels really good. Okay. And then anything else you'd like to do so that you feel complete in your practice, go for it, okay? Here's your chance to do anything else. Otherwise, you can just start to make your way into Shavasana when you're ready. Let your legs be heavy. Let your breath go back to that natural rhythm. Slowly start to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back into your bodies. And gently shift your head from side to side, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And making circles with your wrists and ankles when you're ready. Stretching your arms up over your head, bringing your big toes together to touch. And bringing your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug here again, rocking from side to side. Good. And then when you're ready, slowly just rolling onto your side. And gently making your way up to a seated position. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. And just take a moment just to be in gratitude, just recognizing how you feel now versus when you first started class. Bringing your hands together at your heart center. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. And then big exhale out through your mouth. And slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste.